of Karandrin role-playing. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Cracked Palantir. I will be your host and game master for the night in this episode 34 of Brise's Tale. And as always, my good buddy Max is here to play the Paladin Brise. Say hello, Max.
Hello, everybody. Well, our New Year's resolution is to play even more Karandrin, so you're in luck.
That's exactly it. That's it. So we did 33 last year, which is a solid number. I'd be fine if we kept it to that, or maybe even a few more. And we're gonna keep exploring the world of Karandrin, and we're gonna keep exploring how Brise can get out from under the clutches of the demon-powered sorceress queen Verilag. Although that right now is on the back burner. As
Brise matters.
As Brise is exploring a abandoned manor on an estate. We left off at sort of quite a moment last year in which in crossing the heavily overgrown courtyard of this manor. Brise was ambushed and incapacitated by some sort of large toad that gave better than it got and had immobilized Brise. She was able to break free. It pursued her. She climbed to the second story, actually levitated to the second story of this manor, got onto a balcony that overlooked the courtyard, the inner courtyard, got inside, but as she was getting onto the balcony, she saw the frog, or this giant toad's ability to climb was well tested, and it pursued her at least to the balcony, we can hear. And so you flung yourself into the room, shut the balcony, ran into the door, and ran to the hall, slammed the door shut, and now you're waiting to see what's going to happen next. Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. It's pretty much everything important. There's also a giant fireworm underground this manor somewhere. Actually, that's right, teleported behind it, and then I don't know where, lost track of it. So
right,
gotta watch out for that too.
Yeah, it's
that happened I think 2 sessions ago, but
yeah, it's quite a it's full of tricks, this thing, though it doesn't appear to be intelligent.
Full of this manor's full of fun surprises.
Yes. Yes, we met a sort of a fiery earthworm earlier that you were able to subdue. And
I kind of made it sleepy. That's right, and then I was able to get around it.
That's right. So
Brise has caught some form of Ellen Pog. Well, I was going to say, Quinn, I'm glad you asked, because Brise may not die, but I might die recovering from COVID.
Yes, we were. There was a chance we were going to have to cancel because if Max wasn't feeling up to it, I wasn't going to push him. So, but good to see you, Quinn. Good. Thank you for hanging in there and joining us on yet another episode. Poor Max recovering from COVID. Brise is recovering from Toadvid.
Boo.
Hunting him down. So
no vaccine for that. No, I got my spear.
Yeah, you're about to get a shot and see if that works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we dive back into this crazy? It's not yet. Well, I mean, it's no longer combat. It may soon be combat again.
Right.
Yeah, buddy. So you hear it smash through something. In all likelihood, the toad. What else can it be?
Mm-hmm.
smash through the balcony doors and enter the room. You have shut the door, into the hallway. The hallway is empty. It's tiled. Roll for me.
Always tired. Oh, tiled. 41.
Something has passed through the dust and grime on these floors recently. They are not undisturbed as you had hoped. So there's been some recent occupancy here, but that is that is what it is, right?
Yeah.
You've got your hands full at the moment.
So my idea, I know we brought this up last time, was I definitely want to fight this thing. It's going to be after me. I'm in okay shape. So I want to open this door and see if it can get it stuck, in this door while it's coming from me. Kind of bait it through this narrow door.
Okay.
Yeah. An anonymous dolphin is looking at my notes. Who is that? I don't know. When people are viewing our notes. Oh, you should post the notes.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like anonymous dolphin is doing, you can see all the notes I'm taking and all my characters.
That's right. You can see live. There you go. There's all kind of interesting things you can look at, including Max's notes, his character sheet.
All the times I curse out Kevin for throwing these
I don't think there's room on the chat for that, is there?
horrible situations.
But you can also find it down below in the YouTube description. You can find all those sorts of things. And hey, if you want to give us money, please give us money, because it always helps. Helps us improve the quality of the stream, the quality of quality of my life. Probably not the quality of Max's life that much, but yes, we always appreciate it. So
I'm going to try to just spear in hand, like fling open this door and make sure I'm, try to bait it through, back away, and make myself visible through it. Probably just hold my spear forward. Probably doesn't know.
That's true, and you can even do like a lot of the warriors would of the past. Set it into the ground. You could actually set it against the wall behind you. So open the door. It sees you. At first glance, you can tell it's going to be a tight fit. Like now that you can actually compare it. It dives at you. Let's back up, though. I need to know from you how much you're going to give to parry and how much you're going to give to attack.
Let's go 100% with attack. See if we can just completely. I don't think he's going to reach me. Anyway.
Okay. Right. That's what I need. I don't need these out. So it hurls itself at you. Do you have your shield out?
No.
Okay. Man, what is wrong with me? All right, I'm going to roll your attack, sir.
All righty.
Because they are going to be simultaneous. It's pretty difficult for him to get around the spear. Roll for me.
First attack roll of 2022, 51. Right.
It's almost exactly average,
Almost exactly. If 2022 is exactly average, that'll be very happy. I'll be fine with that. Can't wait for an average year again.
Roll again for me.
17.
Okay. All right. A really decent shot there, sir. Roll your critical.
35 for critical.
And then I want you to roll again another attack.
Okay.
For him, you thrust at him in midair, and then you set the spear.
Yeah.
And he slashes at you actually, and strikes you. And we'll get to that in a moment. And what did you roll for your
15?
Alrighty. And roll again for your critical.
Oh wow, we'll take it. 76.
You are, you stab him in the air, you set it back down, you got him in the side. He comes down, slashes through the open doorway, strikes one of your arms. You are spun. You slam against the wall. You fall down, and that's the last thing you know.
Oh, damn it.
This
is the second time this guy's giving me a concussion. Jesus.
Dude, it's interesting the thing is with these unintelligent animals is they don't hold anything back.
Yeah.
And so their shots are always more powerful than even I expect, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
You just literally heave their body weight into me.
Right. I mean, they just go crazy. Sorry, I got a little window that popped up irritatingly. Some time passes. You wake up. You have lost 42 hit points.
Oh, damn it. It's not the way I wanted to start.
I know.
Oh my God. What's 117 minus 42? I'm going to calculator.
75? What is the number?
Whoops.
Oh, that's hilarious. We can observe you doing math. I don't mind that.
I have an engineering degree. Negative 25 hit points. What? Oh, not 142. Hold on. It's 42 hit points. Okay, I'm at 75 out of 167 hit points.
All right.
Crap.
The strike went down and it went down across your arm, across your chest, sent you spinning. There's a contusion on your head. Quinn is worried about you, about Max actually being stressed out and dying from the combat.
Yes.
You're so sweet, Quinn. Quinn FTW. Quinn for the welfare of Max. That's what that means. The arm is almost useless. It's in so much pain. You can see your bicep muscle as opposed to your bicep bone. Anyway, the frog lies dead in the doorway.
Oh my gosh. I win.
Yes, since you made it and it didn't, you win. That is correct.
Yes. Ow.
Yeah, that's correct. You sort of roll up. the spear went wide in a sense, and then went to his other side. Basically, you thrust, and then his blow and yours were simultaneous.
Yeah.
And it just basically tore open his side, and he fell and just burst his guts all in that room. Um, um, Strangely, there's almost no smell. It's I rolled for how bad the smell was, and I rolled a -12. So, um, it's bordering on pleasant.
Yeah.
So I was watching one of these survival shows, the one called Alone, and this one so they're contestants trying to survive X amount of time in the Alaskan wilderness.
Yeah.
This one woman, she's like, she's gonna attempt to cook the stomach contents of a rabbit, because she was not getting enough nutrients, and she needed to make more and more efficient use of the animal she caught. And so she's eating it, and she goes, it's basically a very pleasant flour soup. That's what it tastes like.
Wow.
She goes, it smells like a perfume, and it tastes like I'm eating flowers. It's really not bad. I was just like,
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about that. When you kill an animal, you would think you wash all that out. I guess you do typically, but
right.
What do we got for the healings? I guess I'm just laying here right now, prop myself up, and take a look around, make sure nothing else is sniffing me or watching me.
No. Roll for me.
31.
No sound of movement.
Okay.
You can walk, but obviously I'm going to probably have you roll to even get up, because there's guts all over the floor. And you really can't fall.
Well, I think the first thing I should do is take out another potion of major healing. I'm not looking too good. And down one of those.
Roll for me.
3.
Okay. Roll for me again. I'll give you another chance from a different angle.
29.
Yeah, it's given your bonus, that's relatively high enough. It's almost a 50. But so you recall that you can pour it directly on a wound that you really want healed.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you want to drink, it's going to kind of heal everything somewhat. But this arm really needs help.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do that then. Just take that out and pour it onto mine.
What's the range of hit point gain?
It just says 60 HP.
Okay, so that's flat out. So 60 hit points. Your arm is almost as good as new. It is still sore.
Whew. Pour one out onto my arm.
That's right. Yeah, his roll was, no pun intended, monstrous. It was double open-ended.
Oh, Jesus.
But, I mean, the only thing that saved you is the animal attack charts are capped out until you fight something like the size of a dragon or something like that.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah. And so, like, the weapons, like your weapons, or anybody's weapons, those go infinitely.
Yeah, keep scaling.
Charts go infinitely, and you just do the math and figure out the additional damage. The animal charts, claw, horn, bite, that sort of thing, tentacle, those are capped out until you get to the huge creatures like a dragon and things like that. And then they go infinite.
Right.
And so, yeah, he blew the chart off. I mean, it was 95, 95, and the 60 something plus his bonus. I mean, so he would have gone, yeah. And then a very unpleasant critical for you. In fact, I want to read that up. Yeah. So, somehow, sir, you have survived.
Somehow. Yet again. Okay, so I'll try to shakily stand up now and take account of all my belongings. Make sure nothing's broken or everything's all intact.
Roll to stand.
4.
You slip, but you don't care anymore because your arm is not bad.
Let me crawl away from all these guts and then
muck. Your skin is somewhat better from the healing potion, but you're still at -5 for all actions because of just you hesitate with every action because everything hurts.
Oh yeah.
It's like operating with a bad sunburn.
Yeah, this is true.
All right, sir. What would you like to do? Let's call it my map.
And just kind of check out the take a look at the creature. You know, now they can kind of get a good look at it. Actually, maybe if I feel up to it, make some notes on it in my little journal here. I know what it's capable of for sure.
Right.
I'm curious how it produced that poison gas too. I wonder if that was from it was out of its mouth, right?
Yes.
That's like some sac or something. If it's lungs.
Apparently I'd closed my map of the manor. That's right, you were headed over there. That's right. It's got heavy nodules on its skin, clearly making it pretty difficult to defeat. Its head is reinforced a lot, which is kind of explains why its sort of jumping ram kind of attack was so effective.
I just realized we should establish the time of day. Is it? When is it? I think it's after lunch, right?
Yes, I think that's correct.
And also, I fell asleep. I get knocked me out once and twice. So probably before any of that, I would look outside to see what the weather's like.
Where the sun is.
Yeah.
It still seems early afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Just looking over his body at the light falling in the room. It doesn't seem dark outside.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
So apparently you were not out long either time.
Yeah. But anyway, so then, yeah, I'll stand and observe, just kind of observe the creature, take some notes like I like to do.
Right. Yeah, you sort of, sketch his general form or her form, they form, and sketch the, nodules, sketch that really heavy reinforced sort of dome of his.
Yeah.
Pry open sort of the wide mouth very gingerly. Not real strong evidence one way or the other of where the gas was emitted.
Right.
Roll for me.
40.
It does occur to you that, had this gone better, and if you felt better, it might be interesting. It'd be interesting to know what value this creature might have for alchemists making potions.
Oh, right.
Like if you could find the gland that produces that fog,
Right.
that could be of interest. It might also be, an effective poison, and who knows? I mean, I forget if you have an interest in poisons or not.
Do not. That's Josh.
Right. Okay. Always
mix that up.
I always mix that up.
But
Um,
that is a good point. There is the potion master back in Miagral's Keep, been showing some stuff too. So
right.
you can always ask them about this creature if there is anything useful about them.
Right.
In terms of that.
Where is right there, huh?
Quinn asks if he has any grapes. He doesn't, but he does have a lot of purple haze.
That's right. Purple rain.
Purple
rain. Turning your attention to the sort of the path that goes through the leaves and so on, blown. Not really any strong evidence one way or the other, but something clearly makes regular passes through this hall. Now, you may recall that you're above and a few rooms away from that room that had shown evidence that somebody had been staying there.
Yes.
Down below you.
Yeah.
Just to remind you of that.
And I am still interested in checking that out first. Problem is now I'm up here. Now I got to get back down there if I want.
Sure. You could always, I mean, you could
find a staircase or something first.
Right. Or you could push his body out of the way and go to the balcony, and you can just levitate down, and then, depending on.
So wait, I have a question, because I cast levitate. How long does it last? I had to cancel it, right? I had to do away with the spell to actually be back on my feet.
That's true. Yes.
I can't I'd have to recast it. That's 6th level. It's kind of expensive in terms of exhaustion and everything. So
right, and you may just want to sit and rest. You may.
That's true. It is early afternoon.
Door,
how badly is the balcony damaged?
The balcony's fine. It's the French doors that lead out to the balcony.
Yeah.
Those are shattered and wrecked, but so anything coming from the courtyard, if it has ability to get up there, okay, you have a problem.
Right.
But at least you're protected from whatever makes rounds in the hall.
That's a good idea. I think I would want to rest simply to recover some exhaustion and.
Well, yeah. I mean, not recover some exhaustion. To rest is actually the term.
Well, yes, yeah, to rest. I am tired, so I would rest. But also it's early afternoon, so I have more time to explore. So.
Right.
Worth resting a bit.
So just shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to put a lock on it? You want to do holy lock?
Oh yeah, might as well. Just first level. Do a first level holy lock.
Okay, roll it up.
That's a 12. I can't remember if that is a fumble or it's one above a fumble.
It's a fumble, but we're going to ignore it and just say you stopped yourself, and you're going to try it again.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin. I like that. That's a 41.
There you go. So the door is sealed, barring magic intervention or physical destruction. So
that lasts for several days. 2 days a level.
Yeah, I wanted those spells to be just immediately very useful.
Or I forget. Is it 2 days a level? It'd be 16 days.
Yep.
Okay, it's disguised camp. That's less. Okay.
Right. So you close it, cast it. Of course, you can pass in and out of it at will.
Mm-hmm.
It's magically sealed. I forgot in Fellowship of the Ring that Gandalf magically seals the door behind them when he hears the Balrog coming. We don't know yet it's a Balrog. He seals it and they run, and then his spell was smashed with such force he almost fell down.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is one of those scenes where it's like you don't really know what's happening until like you watch it a few times.
Well, I mean, just if you read the book, it tells you.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, he's he sealed it, but
my sister's finally reading the last book. It's taken her like many years, but she's finally like gone through all of them.
She's good at art, but not so much the letters. That's tricky for her.
No, I mean, she loves Lord of the Rings, and she's really into it. And I'm glad she's reading.
Yeah,
now we have something to nerd out about, basically.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's the toughest of the three, but man, they are so good. I've read them. How many times have I read them? I can't remember. 7. I think I've read them
too many.
7 times all the way through.
That's impressive.
They're just fabulous. Just fabulous. Quinn, I missed your wide mouth frog joke. Dang it! I was looking at the map when you put that on there. The wide mouth frog. All righty. Yeah, I mean, you.
All right. So I'm just gonna rest. Stand there, sit down with my spear, and if I fall asleep, I fall asleep.
Right. Do you want to resist falling asleep or not?
Let's try to resist falling asleep just because of how dangerous this place is.
All right. Make a roll for me because it is likely.
97.
No problem. So, how many shy are you of in exhaustion?
I'm at 45 out of 100 right now.
Okay. So you recovered 22 after about a half an hour, and then you just sort of started to get restless.
Thanks, Obi-Wan, Aaron. I do think I look snazzy. Kevin, I think you should get the same haircut I have.
Okay, hang on. I've got a long to go. You can see that I no longer have the equipment to do that.
Maybe I can match your hair, I guess.
I had very little vanity about my appearance. I had very little vanity. My hair, I always liked my hair. And when I realized at a very young age that it was going, I was so mad. I was mad for like a week. Yeah. So bad.
It keeps falling over my head.
So you feel better. No real hit point gain. That usually is an hour. That's an hour. A hit point an hour is what rest gets you.
Oh yeah. That's fine. As long as I feel.
You know what?
Stand back up, do some stretches, and then we'll see if there's a way back down outside the balcony. It looks not too scary to climb down.
You can always climb down a rope if you got your rope and grapple on you.
That's true. It's true. Do my
and then just scoot down, with a single climb roll. That Obi-Wan Karen thinks I should cut all my hair off.
Then, yeah, you'll be a Palantir. You will be like. Smooth.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That is a great idea, Obi-Wan. The thing is, my wife might complain, but I'll just tell her that you said it's fine. And we may be in for a dashing new look very soon. That's fantastic. Good news on that front. So yeah, you hook your thing. You got any bonuses to climb there? I should take a look.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. I have gloves of griping.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah, I see him right there. Very nice.
mhm.
I do like this system, putting the asterisk by the skills. So helpful. So helpful. All right, just make a single roll and then you'll whip the grapple and bring it back down with you.
13.
Slow going. Roll again.
Okay. 84.
Make it down, no problem. Give it a little, whip. It comes unhooked. Dashing things.
Well, I would have. Sorry, when I'm on the balcony before I did that, just scan the courtyard. Do I see anything?
That is an excellent idea. I don't know
Any more
why.
giant frogs, specifically?
You kind of make out the clearing there. You do remember there is a pile of stuff there.
Right.
No movement. You can make out, parts of the trails here and there.
Yeah.
You sort of survey, as you survey the interior, there's definitely a sense of where it has climbed before.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
now and you'll just sort of see a gouge. It goes, oh yeah, I saw it gouge that part as it was going up the wall, and it looks like a very similar gouge across the way. And I mean, it may have climbed on the roofs, ate birds. Who knows? It may have hunted beyond this. So, and then you climb down. So you're sort of in a patio area below,
Sure.
below your own area. So here are French doors.
Perfect. Yeah.
Still in relatively good shape. Bring up the old map again. I'm just drawing a blank about which of my apps it is. What is wrong with me?
Drawing a blank.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
So yeah, shooting area, it's tiled now, largely overgrown as stuff is forced through the tiles. The curtains are drawn. You just sort of put an ear to the glass and listen. Nothing. Doors are locked, but they don't feel like they're going to be too difficult to force if you want to force them, which of course will create noise. Or you can, I don't know if you have an ability to pick. Are you a lock picker?
No, but I also have the open spell.
Oh, there you go.
Might be interesting because I know there are some magical protections on this place. So
yes.
Well, no way to find out. That's something I really need to write down on my goals. How to know if something's magically protected. If there's any kind of detection to know if it's trapped or something like that. Surely someone's invented that and write that down.
Right.
Magical protections, wards, etc.
Yeah, type that up.
Well, yeah, we'll try. Just try an open spell.
What level do you want to? How much power are you going to put into this thing?
We'll just try it at first level. Just assume it's not like magically locked. And
all right, roll it up.
Try that. 32.
Click.
Nice.
No problem. Let's talk about state of readiness before you swing through, because obviously your hands had to be empty climbing.
Oh yeah. Gonna pull up my spear and shield.
Okay.
I have my shield, right? My shield is knocked out of my hands, but I got it back.
Yes.
Yeah, so get my shield and those are in my hands when I open up the door and look around.
Opens very quietly. Doors are very well made, except for large toads smashing their way through them.
Not toad proof.
Room is entirely empty. And given that, you know, both its doors are closed, it's in remarkably good shape. There is a single painting. It remains in remarkably good shape.
Really?
And it depicts what you've heard basically called the Goblin Exodus. And that's the when the first signs of the goblins occurred 350 years ago. It was first it was just traders and foreriders and things like that. That is, people writing it, you know, an announcement of or head of a party. But soon stories began to come, and was later confirmed that there was hundreds of families in the foot falling behind this army. And this clearly shows a picture of that. And we are seeing this massive group that sort of recedes into the horizon, going through a valley.
So I guess, was that for a good reason or a bad reason, this exodus?
It was we don't know. We don't know where they came from. Those goblins, you know, who are part of that train, of course, are now long dead. Goblins only live about 60 years. And so, you know, common belief is that it was a coup in their homeland, and this was the retreating army. Another argument, of course, is that given that whole families were in the wake of the army, is that it was plague. And of course, with them soon came the goblin / elven pox.
Yeah.
And so that they have always been blamed for that. And so the assumption is that they brought it with them, and that's what they were fleeing.
Interesting.
But yeah, so you are.
That's the only thing in the room. You said it's like an empty room.
Yeah, that's it. And
interesting.
Just,
I mean, I don't know. Just I'm really curious because I'm interested in art. Brise is interested in art. You know, like, is there any authorship to the painting? Is there any like name or initials or mark?
There is. What would the possibilities be? I guess it would be initials, name, or just symbol.
Or Van Gogh, where he like literally wrote stuff. Not Van Gogh. What was the one? The Scream. He like wrote stuff in his paintings.
Oh, what is it?
Munch. Munch.
Yeah.
One of those German guys.
Yeah. So in the Scream, in the Scream, and I learned this on I didn't learn it on QI, I learned it just before QI. Watched it on QI. But the Scream is not what the individual is doing.
I think we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the scream of nature.
It's what he's hearing.
The name of the painting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what the character's doing. And did you know there are several versions of it that he
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he would do some for friends and so on. So I don't know. There's at least 3. And he may have done more than that, but there's I think at least 3.
Right.
Shoot.
That would be uncanny if I just walk into like a room in Karandrin. It's like, oh, there's the Scream. It's like, what?
Right.
This is overlap of cultures.
Oh, my stupid. Oh well. So, full name. I will send you the name. So, oh, wrong button. I have 2 browsers open. All right. And my stupid keyboard. Aptus Diala.
Atticus and Diala.
Aptus.
Oh, Aptus. I don't think a painter.
Salvadorius Dalius.
Dalius.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, obviously, name doesn't ring a bell to me, right? It would have been very.
Oh, I suppose we should roll for that. No, it does not. Well, now, according to Quinn, whatever the guy's name is who did the Scream, he said it was a dream of his where he woke and he heard all that. Although I can't say that it might not have, the dream itself might have been inspired by Krakatoa.
Edvard Munch. Yeah, Munch.
There you go.
His name's literally spelled Munch, but I guess
I think it's Monk.
Monk. Yeah.
Monk.
Not be surprised.
Yeah.
Munch appreciated.
If we see our pen on here, he knows some German, so we should ask him. Okay. But and he should be on, of course, in about 30 minutes. That's usually when he comes on board.
We know all our viewers to the T. That's
I do. Well,
all being tracked.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will proceed out of this room.
Well, you know what? Why don't you roll for me?
Oh, sure. 96.
Roll again and add it.
Plus 84.
You really love this painting. You adore it.
I'm still thinking of the Scream for some reason. Wow. Okay. Wow. Interesting. So probably take a little bit of time to just be like, huh.
Well, I'm wondering if you're going to take it.
How big is it? I thought it was like a, Oh, but I do my bookcase of holding.
It's that big.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Little tiny, like doing like on a grain of rice kind of painting.
It is. Yes, it's large, but so long as you have teleport, that's irrelevant. It's 3 feet by 4 feet.
All right. That may come back for this. Keep it. I mean, will it? It won't fit in my bookcase of holding then, because that's like the width of 2 books.
Right.
That long. I don't have enough space to illustrate, but
I don't have enough space to illustrate how much space it is. But you could. I mean, you might go through, cross the doors, right, and just set it outside the manor. To remember to get it. Although I guess it could be damaged out there, like should it rain or whatever. So,
well, I'll just kind of. But I don't want to teleport into the manor. That's right. So,
you just may, when you decide to go back to camp, just head back here and
yeah, okay,
and grab it.
You come back.
So
my goals come back for the painting. Cool.
All right.
Let's put our ear to the other door and see if we can get out into the hallway here. The first floor.
Something is definitely moving upstairs. Something is moving. I don't know how to signify where it's coming from exactly. I mean, as you face the interior door, it's coming from your right, but upstairs.
Okay.
It sounds like something moving through the hall. Bipedal, you're almost certain.
Interesting. Does it sound like really heavy or just kind of like normal?
No, but I mean, it's hard to know.
I was thinking, my thought was the constructs, they're like metal, so they might make a really
right, heavy and sort of distinctive, right?
Yeah.
And this is not so distinctive. It doesn't sound very heavy, but you catch yourself thinking that and going, yeah, but I don't know how well built this place is. If it,
yeah, true. Okay, well, we'll try to definitely sneak downstairs. Hopefully, not make any noise down here to attract them up there.
You're gonna do what now?
I'm gonna try to, sneak down the hall downstairs.
Okay. So you open the door.
Yes.
You're to our downstairs hall. Just kind of peek and peek.
I guess, is it bright enough for me to just see normally, or?
So far, yes.
Yeah.
And wherever there's you've got light coming through open doors and through the cracks at the bottom of doors.
Yeah.
And of course, with this door open and those doors behind you open, light is coming in. So nothing has crossed these halls in ages.
Yeah.
The inhabited room you think is 2 down.
Okay.
And across the hall. Do you want to check rooms as you go?
I definitely, my priority is to find that one room that might have somebody staying there, and one, check if someone is staying there, and two, what they might have,
Sure.
I don't know if they're a powerful wizard or something, or I could definitely have the upper hand if I found their little hideout, right?
Right.
So I'd rather just try to count the rooms, find that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go, I mean, you'll stop and listen at every room just to, So let me hop back to the map. This is driving me crazy. I'm going to move this up here. The Mac App Store and the Affinity Designer thing, they're just too similar for me, and I get them confused.
Oh, I know that 100%. The number of like apps on your phone that are like light blue with white. Oh. I'm like, there's at least 6 on my phone, and I'm always opening up the wrong one. And then the worst is when they change it to another color, and you're like, where was that one that was this color? Now it's different.
Why must you confuse me in an additional way? Not the least of which, a way of being confused, of course, is by scat. Okay.
First scat of the new year.
First.
Last.
Last scat of your dreams.
I must be dreaming now.
That's right.
This is a nightmare.
That's right. So you make it down there. The door, you recall if the door was open or closed? The interior door was open or closed?
Ooh, I do not recall.
I'm gonna hop to your notes.
I probably didn't write it down. Well, you probably didn't mention it.
That would be bad if I didn't mention it. Yeah. I just got to search for idle, right?
You're gonna be surprised. Here.
You didn't write down that there were idols in there?
Front of the manor, another ballroom at the corner, massive dining room, larger with fireplaces and some tables, evidence of more recent habitation, broken windows, small bundles of stuff. You said there were idols in there? Statues like in the fireplace room?
That was my recollections. There were hand-carved idols.
Might have been really tired. I'll write that down now. Hand-carved idols.
You're not putting you should put in your session thing, you should put what episode this is in your notes.
Oh yeah, I am just putting the session, yeah. Probably should, shouldn't I? I was at first I was like, I'm just gonna count the sessions, but now there's so many of them. I'm like, that was a bad idea.
Nah, right. So
this is session 34.
The door is closed. You try it quietly. It is locked.
You will do me a magical unlock.
What level?
First level.
Roll it up.
Basic 55.
No problem, but no effect.
So does it feel as if it's been resisted? Like
that is your own. It's either physically jammed, physically broken, where the mechanism can't move by the magic, or yes, it is being magically resisted. Which a magical quality lock, like if you got a plus 15 magic lock,
right,
it would resist that spell inherently. Now, not automatically. That is, it would not automatically succeed.
Okay. It had this room had 2 doors, right? So I'm gonna go check.
Whether there's we mean 2 doors.
I thought it was a wide room with like the fireplaces and 2 doors. I get that wrong.
Oh, you know what? It would connect to a bedroom. Wait, this is the bed. Is this the bedroom?
Hold on. This is the large room with fireplaces, some tables, broken windows. Okay, so this is the dining room, then this large room, then the next room is curtained, has curtains drawn over it. So, not sure. I might try to find some other rooms that lead into this one. Worst case, the windows are broken, so I could just.
Well, my thing is, what I was suggesting is you can cast this at a higher level.
Sure.
And try to overpower the magic in the lock.
Well, right. I was thinking if that doesn't work, but we should just try that now, probably.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're worried about PowerPoints and exhaustion. I mean, I understand that. I mean, it's been a day. I mean, no kidding.
Well, let's try to cast it at 10th level.
Okay.
That helps. So, 10th level unlock at level 47.
So erase 10 PowerPoints. It opens.
Oh, very nice.
Or it unlocks, I should say. I don't have it automatically open. That would be upsetting.
That's how good I did it.
That's right.
And a little red carpet rolled out too.
That's right. Red for some reason.
Okay.
All right. So boom, you're in there.
Side. Got to make sure I have my spear and shield.
Right.
And do a little investigating around here.
So yeah, there's no question that people stayed here. It looks like, based on the size of the pallets that they left behind, sort of, their beds that they made themselves. It looked like an adult and a child.
Huh.
Or possibly, I mean, I guess it could be a halfling, actually. I shouldn't say that. It could be a pair of adventurers or husband, wife, or anything, really. It could be a full-grown, human-sized individual and a halfling. Too short for a dwarf, though. It's got to be a halfling or a child. They had stacked up some wood. That wood is now, I mean, it's just, covered in cobwebs. I mean, this was a while ago.
Okay.
There are, like I said, carven idols. They are set at in a little arc. There's 4 of them in a little arc between the head of the two pallets.
Okay.
Carved of wood, considerable detail, considerable skill.
Interesting.
A voice behind you says, "My father made those."
Okay.
You turn
around and say, "I am your father." It's really like I. Yeah.
It's time to give the NPCs and monsters in the game a plot twist.
Exactly. I turn around slowly and take a few steps back. See who it is.
It's a human child. Clearly Pen in ethnicity. She is standing. She's dressed in just a simple night shift. It's fairly ragged. She is barefoot. And you can see through her.
Oh. Another little girl ghost. I remember encountering one of these at the was Brenneloth was the town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that name. I'm proud of that name, Brenneloth. I like saying it.
Brenneloth, yeah. Dwarven town, yeah. Okay. So I kind of know what's going on now. I've dealt with little ghosts before.
Oh, roll for me. Let's see how settled or unsettled you are.
I'm very settled. 6.
There is definitely a chill in the air, and your instincts are telling you this is not a spirit who is settled and quiet, and that is very unsettling to you.
Okay. We should. Do you want to maybe take a break now, and we'll engage the spirit?
Is this because you're actually scared?
No. Maybe make some warm apple cider. Excuse me.
You come back with like a cross in your hand, and you're like,
Like some beads.
that's right.
Rosary.
Yeah, let's do that, guys. Our first break of the new year, and our first.
And as I've been doing the last. Okay.
That's hilarious,
Yeah,
Quinn.
that's really funny.
Yeah, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Get yourself something to drink. Click over to the notes and read anything you want and make fun of his past adventures. And as always, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a second. Welcome back, gang. Just when you thought we wouldn't come back.
You almost caught me off guard there, Kevin.
My bad. I should have.
I've been doing something embarrassing.
I have a joke there, but I'm not going to say it because it's mean. But that's not to say that I can't private message it to you
Please do.
like that. So as you look at as you look at, it's funny, Quinn, as you look at the idols, she tells you, that's my uncle, that's my mama, So okay, not idols, they're little family images.
I nod approvingly. Very nice.
Terrible.
Ugly.
She says, you must have seen my daddy. He went out.
Giant toad.
Exactly. Or an earthworm. He could be an earthworm.
No, the earthworm's my mom.
Describe his worminess. Is he hot? Anyway.
Very.
He went out to pick berries. It's been a little while. He had to avoid the metal women. But he's smart. He would avoid them. But it's been a little while.
How long has it been?
I don't know. Quite a while. Have you seen my daddy? The air grows colder.
I can try to go look for him, I say. But I haven't seen him.
RP? Obi-Wan says RP. I don't know what that means.
In some circles, that means role play. Like RP is short for role play. Because they're too lazy to type out a bunch of extra letters. Or RPen.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's here. He is here.
He is. I can't see him. I don't like him. Oh, hey, RPen, we need you to tell us how to pronounce the German, the German artist who did the Scream. How to pronounce his name? How is it spelled? Is it M-U-N?
It's Edvard Munch. I think he's Norwegian, actually.
I think he's Norwegian.
Yeah, Edvard. Colon, wash hands, colon.
No, it's actually wash colon. Wash your colon. That's actually what that is.
Why would you do wash hands then follow with your colon? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I just, try to get myself out of there saying I could look for your dad.
And you'll come back, right? The others, they didn't come back. I got mad. You'll come back. You'll find him and come back, right?
Sure. I'll try my best. I don't think I have any qualms with lying to a ghost. You know what I mean? Because Brise is kind of an honorable person.
Very honorable, yes. This is where we get into really detailed role playing. What types of undead are you okay lying to and not lying to? Now, here is an issue, and that is in your faith system as a paladin, and your role as a paladin. Um, you do believe that destroying this spirit releases her to the afterlife and to peace.
Mm.
But by the same token, you're kind of beat up and you got things on your plate, and there's a really nice painting down the hall. I mean, it could be a task for another day, but the thought of this, this poor little girl's spirit being bound to the place, no doubt by the horror of her loss and her eventual death. That's tough to bear. Oh, I may be having some connection issues here in a bit. We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
I was down.
I like the idea of giving her a piece, because that is kind of like like you said, in my role, that doesn't come up too often. So definitely I would say then genuinely, I will come back. Don't worry. And yeah, I definitely will.
Wow.
Note
on Max's future children. When he says he's coming back, it means he's coming back to kill you.
I'm coming back.
So,
I'll be back.
You bastards! Oh, don't make me come back there.
And I mean, I should also I'll ham it up a bit. It's like, what does your dad look like? So I know. For him.
Skin like mine, darker than yours. Very black hair. He's got a short beard.
And he's 10 feet tall.
That's right. He carries a 60-foot-high wand with him. Loves it. He went out the window to pick berries.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, Bunny Bakery.
Bunny Bakery Art.
Bunny Bakery Art. The best type of art of baked bunnies.
So
delicious. It's fantastic. Probably baked alive. I'm just guessing. But
this person did just enter the stream and you're already
enter the stream, just get jumped on immediately. Like baked bunnies. But this ghost child has implored you to go find her father. So are you going to proceed out the window as her father did?
I will not do that. I will go say, well, I'll try to go scout that area then. When I leave the manor, make for the exit.
So you're not going to go out the window?
No, because I want to keep exploring the manor. But I mean, is she implying?
Well, my thing is, if you want to keep up the ruse, then you might just go out the manor. And of course, the other question is, if she hears you elsewhere, will she come looking?
Yeah.
And be mad?
Yeah. Can she leave this room? I think I subconsciously assumed the ghost can stay in this room, but no telling if she can prowl the manor.
There's no signs of remains here. Those may have been scattered by animals, but so she may not have died here. She may have died hunting for her father, which is horrible to think about.
Well,
then, obviously it's up to you.
I think we will leave the windows then, and maybe we'll just call it a day for exploration. Try to make our way back to my campsite, because one thing I still want to do is check for the priest birds if they've been around.
Right.
Which funny that I actually came here to do that, but I screwed up the teleport. Ended up at the manor instead.
Right.
So I will say, okay, I'll go through this window and look around this area. And it might take me a while, but I'll do my best. Find him. With my sickness.
And she walks, with you to the window, and the temperature warms in the room, and you're taking that as a sign that, she's convinced. You take it as a good sign. You smash, the remaining glass and climb through, and go off into the daylight. Forgive me. And when you look back over your shoulder, she is gone from the window.
Okay.
So you're gonna mosey on back to your old campsite.
Yes. So I guess I'm on I'll just circle around the back of the manor and
Right.
head back southward to our campsite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to find it.
Roll. Roll to navigate. It's not going to be a very hard roll.
48.
Little longer than you expected. Some of the overgrowth is just difficult to see beyond.
Mm-hmm.
You make it to the old campsite.
Nice.
Looks like you may have had some animal visitors walking through here, but nothing untoward.
Okay.
Are you going to make camp and just kind of spend the day?
I think I will, because it might be here a few days.
Right.
So make camp. We'll cast a disguise camp too.
Do you want to do that since you're waiting for visitors?
Oh, good point. I won't do that then. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So then, yeah, we'll just set up camp and we'll spend the day kind of relaxing and just not stressing about stuff.
Right. Start a fire. Some hours later, sure enough, you get a visitor in the form of a priest bird.
Hey.
Roll for me.
51.
Probably you think the one from the community of underground peoples.
Everyone Karen's comment. To Laula. Just like Laula 3, Laula 4. That's pretty good.
It comes to you and looks patiently at you.
I will pull out my nature's tome and cast Speak with Animals.
Roll it up.
It's a 6. Damn it.
Fortunately, they fumble on a 5.
Oh, that's right. Tomes are less. Yes.
You just barely missed it.
Just barely. That was the worst possible casting of animal tongues. I was like speaking to it in saber-toothed tiger instead of
it turned to slay animal. That's not good.
What you doing?
So it casts as though you're level 10. So how long does it last?
1 minute plus 1 minute, so 11 minutes.
Okay. We will just eyeball that and keep going. It looks at you and says, "Can you understand me?"
I can.
Many of our brethren have been convinced by your tale that there is some great evil hidden here. But many also disagree and say you are too young to know such things, and that you have misunderstood what you have been told and what you have seen.
Hmm.
Still, that leaves many of us to search and extend our powers to find the great demon you say is chained somewhere in the valleys.
Okay.
The Eagles have also been contacted. Some disregard the tale, but others take it seriously and have family stories of such a creature.
Hmm. I'll mention I had a conversation with one of the Eagles myself, and I convinced them that they were going to well, they're actually familiar with the creature and possibly know where it is right now because of those stories.
That is the eagle Korakyle.
Oh, okay.
He is brash, but the head of his family and good-hearted. He will be true to his word. My stupid keyboard. There's a spelling for you.
There it is.
I should write it down in my notes as well.
Wants to correct it to Cora space Kyle. Yes, those are individually correct words, but together they aren't.
What is wrong with your space bar, you idiot? Well, then we should be hearing word from him soon about the location of the mountain. And those that are in that area, hopefully, will gather with him. And join to the common cause of the creature's destruction.
Or I kind of correct it there, or sending it back to its own domain by breaking its chains.
If that is all we can do, I suppose so.
I think so. That will be the smarter thing to focus on.
Do you have any further word about the demon that I should carry to the others?
I know Crown did speak with me, but I don't think we discussed anything that would be useful.
Right.
I recall looking through my notes here.
So for anyone, catching up or forgot from with our long break, the priest birds are a semi-intelligent bird that seem to be inherently holy. And they
kind of pheasant-like, I think you described.
Yeah, they're large, sort of 6 foot long pheasant-shaped sort of bird, and they can't abide various unholy things. I mean, they go into a crazy rage and just attack wholeheartedly. They're considered by the dwarves to be good luck. They're considered by the goblins to be kind of whatever, but
Actually, they've kind of. Oh no, it's the eagles they feared. Sorry.
yeah, the eagles. Yeah, the goblins do not care for the eagles. They consider them a very bad omen. Um, but and so Brise has sort of struck up a relationship with this particular priest bird, and is only able to communicate through magic, of course. But so he's sort of recruited them to try to find which of the mountains the great demon Kralum is chained to, and it's actually a volcano. He's chained over the mouth of an active volcano, and there are a number of such fire mountains throughout the mountains here in the Goblin Nation. And so there are a number of agents trying to find which one is the actual prison. But the Eagles supposedly know, because they had seen, in their family history, is an encounter with this demon in his prison. And so we'll see. Okay, interesting.
We needed the last name.
That's right.
I don't care about Edward.
Well, except that it rules out that it's German.
Oh, true. Yeah,
is his point, I think.
So he's saying he's declined to comment, is what he's saying.
So now what we need is we give 100 Karandrin points to anyone who finds out how to pronounce that artist's name. The artist of the Scream, the painting The Scream, 100 Karandrin points. I swear to God, we're gonna one day we're gonna get this Karandrin point thing actually officially done. It's gonna be so ridiculous.
It's gonna be great. Or 300 points to anyone who has a Norwegian friend and get them to watch the stream.
Oh, I like that. There you go. Let's spread us. We are slightly international. We have someone watching in I forget if it's the Bahamas. I think it's the Bahamas.
Nice.
So we are slightly international. He's not his school schedule keeps him from watching too regularly, but
the name is, I'll paste it or chat on YouTube here.
Well, they can look it up. The painting is The Scream. It is one of the most iconic paintings in Western culture. I mean, you can't
miss it.
You can't miss it. Deducting 50 Karandrin points from anybody who doesn't know the name. We just need the pronunciation. But anyway, so that's sort of the background of the priest birds. And the priest birds wanted to contact the great eagles, and so there's sort of this movement toward trying to uncover the prison, and then be rid of Kralum, which will rid us of Verilag. It's complex, and feel free to post questions in the chat, and we'll try to explain.
It'll work. It's all you have to know.
It's definitely going to work. That's what we hope people think. That's
like my job. It's like, we're going to try this. We're going to do that.
Right. There's a lot of possibilities to try here. So
he is Norwegian, and it's pronounced Edward Munch. Okay.
All right. Well, Obi-Wan Karen gets the 50 Karandrin points because she was unwilling to look up The Scream.
Right. So it would have been 100 minus 50.
The internet's a rough place. So
I tell them I have nothing else really to say on Kralum, but hopefully Godspeed finding him.
Well, we shall
Hey, watch your language.
Obi-Wan called me a turd.
What the hell? You can't say.
Man, that's like I proposed to her or something, and she slapped me and called me a turd. Anyway, so the priest bird does the little bow. It says he will, actually it's a she, isn't it? I think it's a she. And says that she will She will keep keep an eye on the camp, and we'll touch base whenever there's news and you're at the camp. The eagles, no doubt, will communicate with you in their own way, in their own time, such is their manner. And whoops, accidentally clicked the button. And so it takes off, you should erase it.
I don't want to keep distracted from the game, but I was about to say you could call the females a priest hen, then the males would be priest cock. That doesn't sound very good at all.
That is so good.
Or a priest rooster, if you want to be a little more.
That is so.
Anyway,
so great.
I will continue to relax at camp. We do a bit of reading maybe and have a meal.
All right. So erase a meal. What do you want to study?
I'm going to study my tome, Way of the Spirit.
Okay.
Levels 5 through 10 with my spectacles of attainment. I think they're called something.
Oh, right, because it improves your.
I have a note here whenever I study with them.
All right, roll for it.
Roll to read 95.
Oh man, you are totally in on this.
Is that open-ended or
open-ended? Yep.
Plus 59.
Nice.
95, 59.
All right, you read until early evening. I mean, you really get some hours in. Yeah, you get 3 hours.
Awesome.
Now,
Bunny Bakery says priest.
Priest, sister. Priest.
I'm not sure what that means. Priest Bunny?
Priest Bunny. Father O'Hare.
Okay. Let me eat
so yeah, you start nodding, and we are going to call that a day.
Yeah, then we'll go to sleep, and hopefully no ghosts wake me up in the middle of the night.
So now I guess you could disguise your camp.
Yes. No, I would do that before
Priest
going to
chicken.
sleep.
That's what she says. Priest chicken is delicious.
It's like church's chicken, but
oh my God, that's so great. But only for Catholics. Cathedral chicken. But if you're a young boy, it feels odd in the mouth. So
moving on.
Let
me cast Disguise Camp, which I can never remember. Either for my tome or is that? No, that's Fate's Path. Oh, but it's only 3rd level. Okay. And that'll be a 53 to cast.
No problem. And that'll last how long?
4 plus 4 per level. So I always forget this. 8 times 4 is 32. So 36 hours.
Okay.
So I'll just write it expires a day and a half from now. That's what I do.
Right. So, yeah. So noon.
Morning or noon. Yeah. Of noon.
Obi-Wan, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. I love church's chicken.
You sure you didn't know that? Excuse me. It's April 29th. Well, depending on how I sleep.
Yes. I'm going to do activity in the night. You're going to roll the big 3 here. Yep, roll your big 3. No, it's a small 3, really.
30,
Okay.
35, and 59.
All right.
Roll 59.
There you go. You wake up at first light.
All right.
We'll say that your time at camp, you probably spent near a stream cleaning your clothes because you're sort of fastidious and there was a lot of blood all over you.
Well, yeah. And how is my my go to the stream and check my reflection and see how my or actually I have a mirror, don't I? Yeah.
Yes.
Just check my
Yeah, you make yourself look you don't leave until you're happy with your appearance.
Well, right, but I'm curious about my skin. Is it?
Oh, I see what you mean.
From being blistered.
That's what we need to calculate your healing. Your healing is so terrific though, because you're freaking like a horse.
The secret to good skin is just be really genetically great.
Right.
High constitution.
It's like the number one way to be born to accumulate wealth, to become wealthy is to be born into a wealthy family. It's been that way.
How do I do that?
For decades. It's the number one way. It's the most common way people attain wealth. To be born into it. I hope that's closely followed by hard work, but I don't know. So, where the heck is your math? Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, God, you're just crazy. So yes, your skin seems to be better. It's still sort of redder than you'd like. You would like that if that would go away, but hopefully that'll go away at the end of the day. But your hit points are all restored.
Nice.
Exhaustion as well, of course, and power points. What is on tap for today, sir?
Let me edit this stuff quick. Away at the end of the day. Exhaustion is.
Elon Musk's father owned an emerald mine, Obi-Wan Karen says. Well, Obi-Wan, I heard that his father changed the recipe for emeralds, and now no good.
I have one other thing. I have my Mecras. No, not that. Where's my PowerPoint item that I dump PowerPoints into? Oh, it's the spectacles of attainment. Those are the ones that have it.
Oh yeah. Did you have PowerPoints that you wanted to add to that?
Yeah. So I dump as much as I can at the end of the night. So it's 30 PowerPoints total. So it should be good if I just.
How much did you have?
So I had 42 of my own. So I'm just going to dump until it's filled up.
Okay.
So that's at 30. Slept throughout the night. Got all of them back. So I'm good. All filled up. Excellent. They have this little system. If you see it, it's kind of it looks like a really complex mathematical formula. It's like 45 plus parentheses 30 divided by 25 plus 2. It's all to sort out which is mine, which is the circlet, and which is the PowerPoint store. So. Okay, so for today, we're going to go, and I think first thing is go take care of that ghost.
All right.
Now, what's my plan? I want to try to get a surprise on them. So I might just try to say I was looking for your dad, and then
and here he is, right behind you.
Spear throw, yeah.
Well, and your channeling, your
channeling would probably be the best.
Is very effective against the undead.
Yes, and that I can. Could I aim while I'm talking? Can I kind of be preparing it or no?
No, I mean it's literally holding your hand out and aiming. I want it right between her eyes. You know what I mean? So
it's so I can't do that without looking like.
Yes, like you're about to do something to her.
Okay. So then I will have my spear and shield, and we'll be walking back toward that part of the manor.
Do you erase a meal?
Oh, let me do that. Yeah, for breakfast.
All right.
There you go.
So early morning, headed back to kill the little ghost of. It's I'd said it was a child of the Pin people, and I should have told our viewers the Pin Nation is actually the Pin clans, and they are a desert nation to the east over these mountains, and so these must be essentially immigrants who came from that area seeking a new life or something.
There's been a lot of references to the pen. There's the battlefield, which was between the pen,
right,
goblin, pen merchants and stuff. I've noticed.
Right, I should. Yes, not to be confused with our viewer Arpen, who is, so far as I know, is an orangutan. Based on his typing skills and hygiene, I can only assume. I watched the comedian.
In his orange fur.
I watched the comedian the other day, and she was talking about her having to wait to get the COVID shot, and then she found out the zoos, and I missed the name of the zoo, but this zoo had given all of its orangutans COVID injections. And she's like, "Where's mine?" Come on, And she had this great line. She said, "I don't want to catch the cocoa."
Cocoa. That's even weirder than calling it Rona.
That's right.
Coco Rona.
That's right. Yeah, no problem. You approach without difficulty. It's of did you are you concerned that, by the way, that our little ghost girl, she mentioned the metal ladies?
Yes, I am concerned. That's why I kind of tried to place a date, like how long this was you went out. But I mean, I guess it could be years ago, or it could have been 5 days
pretty
ago.
Clearly years ago, because the signs of travel in this room are gone. So maybe not years, but you would, a
while.
Yeah, weeks and months.
Right. So I mean, I guess I could ask about the metal ladies, how many, or where they are. That's a good point. Maybe I'll try to bring that up with her next time.
Right. It'd be interesting, because if she mentioned,
or a killer again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Because it'd be interesting if she said, well, yeah, there were three of them who traveled together. You'll be like, oh, that is not good news,
Right.
Although I don't know exactly what it's going to change, because it's not as though you're traipsing around carelessly anyway.
Right.
The area is dangerous. The area contains creatures that would normally be chased away by civilization.
But maybe she'll say something like, "Oh, they're only active at dawn or something."
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Our Pin, we can see your chats. You should send a few more chats. Test it out. See if your problem's fixed.
Boost it.
So so you approach without problem. There's no real sign of activity or anything being changed.
Good. I'm gonna check my potions real quick. Do I want to take any potions before? Because this is gonna be a fight. Remind me what a Vigor Potion does again. That increases my strength, right?
I think you're right. Let me grab my potion.
Add that into parentheses here. I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
I was down one of those right before I
Well, yeah, it's plus 15 strength and plus 15 exhaustion.
Oh, it restores exhaustion. Okay.
Yes, but cannot be taken more than once a day. No. Begins to have toxic effects. Oh my.
Potions. Let me not do that one though, because I want to save that for when I really need it. I'm exhausted. Let me do. I'll do the potion of greater protection because that one's gonna boost my defense. Then
You're gonna take it now? You mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's a good point. How long does it last? Is it for
Let's see.
30 seconds or an hour? At least how long would I know with my potion?
Where did you buy this or did you find this?
This is a very, very old potion. I don't know if I could tell you where I got it from.
That's hilarious. Roll it for me.
Okay. 93.
Okay. This one you are familiar with, although I am having a hard time finding it right offhand.
Our pen has lost his mind. Testing out his keyboard.
It's all we needed. I'd hoped we were just going to solve the problem, but we made him insane. Oh, there it is. It'll last several minutes. Hard to predict how long. It varies by user.
Okay. Well, it's several minutes, then I will take it now, and then we'll make sure that I start fighting her in several minutes.
So, well, maybe, yeah. I mean, you could take it, say, at the corner of the mansion.
Yeah.
And then walk to the. Are you gonna walk on the hall? Or are you gonna climb back through the window? What are you gonna do?
Climb back through the window. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So you take it. Wow. So you've got 9 minutes. So you've got 54 rounds.
Okay.
And that gives you plus 30 to your defensive bonus.
Wow.
And plus 30 to resisting influence. I need to add that.
If I try to get like drunk, it's going to be really hard to.
That's it. That's exactly.
That's the old joke in D&D, how they treat getting drunk is you do a Constitution saving throw.
Right.
Because if you have a really good Constitution, it takes you longer to get inebriated. But paladins, they automatically if you're close to them, you get a bonus to all your saving throws. So everyone's if you're drinking with paladins, they're like, why am I not getting a buzz? It's oh sorry, it's and I need to shut my aura off. I'm too inspiring to people.
That's so weird.
It's funny. It's funny.
Man, I need that.
I love it.
Nice.
All right, so I will climb in this window here, and hopefully it'll be approached. I guess do I need to do channeling? I need to have a free hand then. Is that right?
Yes, but
a shield can go on the arm. I can shield.
Because, yeah, I mean, you cast and then you immediately grab your shield again because you've got the two straps, but you want to hold one and they have the other one around there, so you can do that. Also for this spell, really point blank range is very effective.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. You're just kind of coming up to this child. So yeah, we can see our pin. It's good. I'm glad you're back in the chat.
You think that's interesting? Child ghosts might be more dangerous. We're talking about animals where they don't hold back. Maybe they when they throw a tantrum, it's really powerful and they don't have it.
Right, because it's not going to be. It's unreasoned, just like the animals is unreasoned.
Yeah.
So you step in, climb in, no problem. No sign of the child. What would you like to do?
I never got her name or anything. I guess I'll just call out. It's me. I've been looking for your father. Kind of walk around the room a bit.
Roll for me.
1.
Roll again and subtract it.
15.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic day. So the child doesn't show up, but the voice. The room gets a little chilly, or chillier. I mean, it's morning. It's chilly up in the mountains, and it doesn't appear, but the voice seems to come from everywhere. Did you find my father?
I'll say I found where he might have been, though I have a few questions. It might help me find him.
You were supposed to find my father, and it gets colder.
Oh, gosh. How does one reason with a ghost child? Obi-Wan Karen already with the, when you wake up. Yeah, well, I feel like I'm about to be in those situations really close. I just try to say I can still find him. I just need you to calm down. It'll be okay. Try to like soothe them.
Let's roll for some soothing.
Okay. Some soothage. That's a 57 to soothe.
Not a terrible roll. There's a pause. What questions do you have?
Well, ask about the metal women first. About if they've been around, and have you where do you usually see them?
We saw one on the road. We hid from her. It was the road that led here. And then at night, you could see the one that marches between the smaller houses.
Oh, okay.
They look like soldiers. Daddy said we mustn't get seen.
As she's speaking, kind of like look around, if I can, see her anywhere, or at least does her voice like sound louder in any one direction?
No.
What else can I ask her about the manor? How long have you been? Have you come to the manor before? Come to this place before for berries or for shelter?
No, we were trying to make it to a town where our family was going to meet us.
Okay.
But our horse ran off with our money and our food.
Okay, hopefully I've calmed her down enough. I would say it would be easier to speak with you if I knew where you were.
You sound just like them.
Oh fuck! Damn it! Hold my tongue for now.
There's movement in the ceiling. And you look up, and two bodies, armed and armored, come down. I mean, they're nothing but skeletons now, but they have been rent apart. They couldn't find Daddy either. And the heads moved side to side with her words. I thought a girl would be different. Are you different? Are you going to find my daddy? The air drops some degrees. The bodies float back up, and you follow them, and they are simply pinned to the ceiling by some unseen force.
Am I gonna help? I don't know what else could I say to try to convince her. I mean, so here's I guess I'll just throw out a suggestion. Tell me what I think about it. If I just say no, be honest, and then maybe she'll attack, she'll have to make herself seen, or does my knowledge of ghosts suggest that like that's not?
Well, it's.
I mean, she can obviously control these.
Problem of having monster manuals and that sort of thing is that overly codifies the knowledge, right? Because it's not like, oh, this is a ghost of this type that does only these things, right?
Sure.
So your knowledge is there are certainly ghosts that, while unseen, can do horrific damage. There are all kinds of tales of unseen
poltergeist. Well, that's what I was asking you, basically.
Yeah.
Like, so with that in mind, I would not try to provoke her. Thinking of what could I say that would have what would be the right outcome? What I'm trying to do.
Roll for me.
Sure, yeah. Could use some ideas. 64.
So maybe you can't fight her directly, but maybe you could free her indirectly. And that would be, and I know I hate to suggest this given that you've sort of just begun your exploration of this place, but purge by fire.
Oh.
If it's certainly within your scope of knowledge that it's possible she is sort of she inhabits this room. She infuses this room. And fire may cleanse the room of her and free her. And no direct confrontation is necessary.
Now, that would probably include burning the whole mansion, do you think?
It might result in the burning of the whole mansion.
Right.
It's
as a person who likes history and art, this manor does have quite a bit of it. That's a hard decision for me to make. But I'll write that down. Yeah. Time is burning it down.
The other, well, why don't you roll for me?
Okay. 59.
With your reasoning bonus, that's enough. What about, go keep looking for the dad. Maybe go explore some other part of the estate. And tonight, maybe go signal a priest bird and tell her about the problem.
True. And maybe get some outside help. Yeah.
Because you just send it, right? And presumably the bird's instincts will lead it to do the correct thing, where your own knowledge is sort of coming up short. So that's another possibility.
One possibility too, and I don't know if you can help me think of the outcome of this, is to actually say, well, I found your dad and they're dead. I don't know if that will give her peace or make her tantrum worse.
Interesting.
And that would explain why I'm being hesitant,
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly a very compassionate and very risky approach.
Yes.
I applaud you for even thinking about it. That's a tough road.
Yeah.
So
how it could turn out.
I mean, you certainly are in a good position defensively in the sense that you are infused with the magic of this potion.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of want to try it because I don't really. I do see if I can take care of this on my own. So I will go with that option. Tell her.
Okay.
And just see what happens. Either if she attacks, then I'll try to be prepared to fight. If that puts her at peace, then that'll be even better. Somehow. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. I say, so she asked, last thing she said was, are you going to help me find my daddy? And I'll say, well, the problem is I did find him, but.
And this is going to be, hard to hear. And
yeah, prep her as much as possible, but he will not be coming back. He's moved on.
But you need to say die, right?
Well, yeah.
He didn't just leave you.
Yeah. I keep forgetting she doesn't know she's a ghost, right? So Dad is dead.
All right. I want you to roll for your delivery.
My Grubhub delivery of 40.
Okay. She says, no, and it gets louder and louder and louder, and eventually you have to just climb out of the window, and it gets louder, and then there's a light and a wind. The two bodies fall onto the table and floor, and the temperature in the room feels normal. And that's that.
Whoa. Wow. All right. That actually seems like a good place to maybe end our session here.
I think so. That was really interesting.
What an interesting anticlimax, but still really, really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No big combat or anything, just moved on.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time with it. Well, gang, thank you for hanging with us for our 2022 inaugural stream. We are gonna keep up the good work. We will see you guys on the 19th. As always, I encourage you to like and subscribe. Donate if you feel like it. Check out Max's YouTube channel where he talks about the role of music in video games. Check out Elliot Dunavitz's art there at the website. You can see her other creations there. It's fantastic. And I've written a novel I'm kind of proud of that you can find on Amazon. And I hope you'll take a look at that and share it with your friends. And you know, you can yell at me about it here on the stream, but I'm proud of it. Max hated it, but otherwise I thought it was fantastic.
I haven't read it and I think it's terrible.
That's right. But hey, gang, we're back and we're stronger than ever, and we're gonna keep Brise's story going so long as she can stay alive, and Max and keep her alive. And thank you again for all your support. And we'll see you next time next week, so far as I know, for episode 35. And Max, say goodbye to these lovely people.
Lovely people. Thanks for sticking with us for the all throughout 2021, and hope you'll be with us throughout all of 2022. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year for everyone. I hope you had a great holiday. So, all right. Well, we'll see you next week, gang. Thanks for sticking around with us. Oh no, there you go. So, and that's when Max died of COVID. So, thank you, everybody. We will see you next week.